Yo guys, what is going on? It is your boy Nick from Run the Foot Market. Guys, we have been double uploading like crazy recently, and I appreciate everybody's support. It has been nuts. I'm gonna plug it really quickly. If you guys do want to go over and check out the second channel, I've had some videos that I've been putting up over there, a little bit more freelance within FIFA, SBCs, trading methods, and just kind of more FIFA stuff generalized because I don't have the time or room to upload here 3 to 4 times, go crazy. So what I wanted to make a video for you guys today was about this new patch that just came out, and I want to talk about it because the market is up a lot right now. Whether you believe that or not, most cards are really high, and I'm noticing some trends with some players that are going out more than others, so I want to discuss that with you guys today. If you guys enjoy the video, drop me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments. You guys know I play this game a ton now. Let me know how you guys are feeling about the patch. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Play some games before you tell me your opinion. Please play like 5 games. Don't play one game and tell me it's the most different thing in the world. Play a few games. Let me know how it is. I'm curious to hear from you guys how you're finding this experience. This is a very big on paper patch. I have not played it yet. I will be playing it later today on stream most likely and messing around with it tonight. So let me know how you guys are feeling about it. I'm very interested in your guys' thoughts about things like this within FIFA. Without further ado, let's get into it. So this patch today, guys, we're going to talk about what the patch is, and we're going to look at some players in the market that may start going up because of this patch, right? So this patch essentially is a title update. As you guys know, this came out last week, and if you guys see, a lot of people watching my videos probably don't know that this is even going on. You had to download something today in FIFA. This is a patch. This is the 7th patch of the year. Number 7. Did I do that right? Yeah, number 7. Peace out. That's a lot of patches, right? I'm not going to say this game is bad, but that's a lot of patches. So they really did a big nerf today within Time Finesse. Time Finesse is that shot that I use a lot. It is the meta. You see when you watch the FUT Champions Cup, you see players like F2 Tex just absolutely amazing at it. Theoretically, the level of error reduction for a Time Finesse, it should be a little bit. So this is how the green looks before the patch. This is how it looks after the patch. So it's still the green. Essentially, the green should be still going in on the money. Maybe a little bit less. Like 10 to 10 times, but if you're greening shots, you should score, essentially. That's how this patch is telling you. What they changed was the yellow, all right? The yellow was crazy. The yellow was like, I used to hit a lot of yellows, and they all went in. I didn't miss a lot of yellows. Most of those yellows, guys, went in most of the time. So that's what they look like. They changed. You guys can see it's a lot more scattered. And reds had a good shot of going in. Now they just really don't even have a good shot of going in. So they also made time finishing harder. So you have a tighter window. So if you guys are using time finishing, you guys are going to have to start practicing, man, because it's going to be a lot harder to green shots. They've literally reduced it by about, it looks like almost a second. So that's what they've really gone and done. And then there's an argument that a lot of the shots that are the first time ones are not as good. So in my eyes, what would this do to the market? How would this impact the market? Well, I'll tell you this. Smaller players, in my opinion, are not going to be as meta as they were before. Those players, not like, I'm not saying Neymar, but like Messi, those players that were really good at working in tight windows, Salah, and had the really good finesse, are not going to be as good, in my opinion, anymore as they were. It doesn't mean they're going to be bad now. It just means for me that they're not going to be as effective within the scenario of weaving through players and using that finesse. You're going to start seeing, in my opinion, a lot of taller players, and a lot of, you're going to probably start playing against more crossing. And I'm assuming with this new patch, as sad as it is to say to you guys, you're going to see a lot more park the bus. You're going to see a lot of more people playing very defensive, something like this, which I only use in the last like few minutes of games once every weekend. You're going to see a lot of people doing stuff like this, guys, and really parking it most of the game. And it's sad, but it does look like shooting is a lot harder to do now. I'm going to have to play later to see for myself. What I would say to you guys as advice, or in terms of the market, in terms of what would go up, I'm going to say you're going to probably see some Team of the Year players really start to go up once they get rare, because Team of the Year should be able to kind of dodge any kind of bullet. Like a green finesse with Neymar Team of the Year, that just should be in the net, period. That's got to be a goal. So you're going to probably see stuff like that start to occur. In my opinion, that's my eyes. You're going to see cards like Neymar's Team of the Year, cards like those cards do really well consistently, and continue to really go up in price. I think there's going to be a higher value on defenders potentially. Taller defenders. What I am expecting to see when I play later today is a lot of back post crossing. I'm expecting that a lot of people are gonna do some things like that. We're gonna have to figure out what the meta is, right? Because the meta is most likely gonna change via this patch. The meta most likely will change in FIFA. It's gonna be a lot harder to do certain things. I would assume at least. So we're gonna just kind of have to play it by your guys and figure out what's gonna be the next best, or things like that, guys. We're gonna really just have to kind of play it that way. I'm gonna assume that you're gonna see a lot of people start to use Ibrahimovic. He's gonna get right back into everybody's team. I think a lot of tall players. I think what you're gonna see, right? Because before you had this scenario where there is an argument that time finesse does take some skill. You're going to see a lot of players who just kind of really don't know what to do anymore, probably just deciding to cross the ball. So I'm assuming that you're going to start seeing players like Cavani, players like Ibra, players like that are going to probably start to increase in value in the next week or so. There's going to have to be a determined meta. And what do I mean by meta? To the guys that watch me that don't know what meta means, meta is like the overpowered thing. So like the meta before this patch was the time finesse shot, or the first time finesse shot. You had players you were using who had the finesse trait. If you guys don't know, by the way, on Footbin, a shout out to Footbin, they're awesome. They list what traits a player has. So like, he doesn't have a finesse trait. Usually players who have the finesse trait are insane at finesse shots. And that's just kind of, they are. Like Neymar's finesse is crazy, but I usually see players who do have that trait. Mbappe, finesse shot, right? Go use gold Mbappe right now, guys. I'm telling you right now, this card with 81 shooting feels like he has 90 plus shooting because of the finesse trait if you finesse with him. So it's going to be interesting to see how players like this withstand this patch. Are they going to still be good with the finesse, or are they not going to be as good? You're going to see, in my opinion, players that have extremely high finishing statistics, like a Cavani, right? 92 finishing. I don't know what Ibra's finishing is. It's got to be up there. Those kind of players, in my opinion, you're going to see doing a lot in terms of like movement. Ibra has 94 finishing. So you're going to see these kind of players really, really start to do well in value, in my opinion, because they just have that reliable statistic of finishing. I'm going to have to see what it's like later. I'm assuming time finishing via a normal time shot, which is the kind of almost, it's not like a low driven. I mean, like you're doing the double tap with the circle, where I think if you're on Xbox, it's the B button. I'm assuming players, that's going to be the go-to shot. Whether the low-driven doesn't look like it's been really taken down much. The low-driven still looks pretty effective from what I'm hearing. They actually buffed a little bit in the box near post shots. So this kind of stuff, to the guys that were hitting the post a lot, this kind of stuff should start to do a little bit better. I hit the post a lot in the box right there. So hopefully that's better. It looks like they just really did a big decrease with finesse shots. What you might also see, goalkeeper movement's going to be a lot less. It's not that much less, but it is a significant reduction. You guys can see here. That's the goalie going around in the box. This one doesn't look, that's after the patch. It was not that much slower. This is where I really noticed it. When they're doing a side-to-side with the goalkeeper, you can really see how much slower they've made this goalkeeper. Look how slow he is now. So you're going to see probably certain positions, like a team of their De Gea, that if they can beat that, almost, not that patch, but if they can beat that, you're going to probably see players like De Gea increasing in value a bit more. I would say that's my best opinion. We'll have to see how that goes later, but I would say a guy like De Gea might be able to escape that with his high speed. I'm in the decision right now where you guys see that my team has changed a little bit. I listed up Matthias, I listed up Ferdinand, because the market's pretty high, and I'm trying to get some money for some icons. And I'm going to try to use some different players this week to learn this patch. I also this week packed a gold De Gea untradables, so I probably am going to look into when that team of the year De Gea is on a high. I'm going to try to sell them. What I'm going to do is when I'm not on for most of the day, I'm just going to list for some lazy buyers, see if we can get a lazy buyer throughout the day. And then if we don't, I'll keep using them in the team. And I also packed untradeable Varane. Quick little tips to anybody who's looking for post-patch tactics, post-patch things. I would be using a lot of finisher chem styles, a lot of sniper chem styles. Get your attackers higher on shooting. Get their numbers up via shooting. Make sure their statistics in that regard are a lot higher. I would say that that's a very important thing for you guys. And then I would say it's very big, and I'm very keen on telling you guys, use tall defenders. I think you can't go wrong using tall defenders. I think that's going to be something that really is going to help your gameplay. I think the number one thing that I would tell you right now, a card like Javier Zanetti is not going to do well after this patch because of the intensity and increase of crossing, in my opinion. I think he's got 50 jumping. I think a lot of people, and this is not a jab. I watch the way, all right, so the way that my good friend Nepenthes plays, he's mastered a cross into his gameplay. He has this play where he runs down the line, he cuts back, he's probably an elite, he's like an elitish level player. He cuts back, and he does a back post cross through the likes of Bale and things like that. I watched Bale against Sandro, who has 85 jumping with an anchor chem style. I have watched Bale literally dog that pre-patch. So I'm thinking post-patch, that's going to be something that a lot of people are going to try to work in towards their game. So you should be looking at players like Team of the Year Ramos, right? Cards with very, very high jumping statistics. And I would say just look at the right back, left back. My Lala, even at 77 jumping, because he's tiny, doesn't feel good. This card specifically is amazing for that. He's got 91 jumping and he's 5'11". So I'm going to be looking into making changes like that for the team in the upcoming week. But yeah, I would put a high importance on probably tall central strikers, and then tall defenders to back up your team. This patch is going to be really interesting. What I am seeing on the market right now, and I wanted to tell you guys this, a lot of players are going up in value right now. I've seen the market today, and there's a lot of players going up, which for me, that's telling me that people are trying players and trying new things within FIFA. So that's going to be interesting, and we're going to continue to monitor that. And we'll have probably another video today or tomorrow talking about what the patch is really like, what I'm feeling, what I'm seeing, and market-wise, players that could react to this patch, players that could do better, right? I think that this patch is the first patch this whole FIFA that I felt like will actually have an impact on the market within certain players in certain departments going up once a user base deems something meta. So once A9 skills, once the Pentas, once they make videos talking about players that are meta in this patch, you're going to see a large user base of them probably follow along and try out certain players that those content creators are using. That's all I'm telling you guys. Wanted to get a video talking about this today because there is a new patch. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. I will see you guys in a video soon. Peace out.